Sports presents Benning Bites with Damon Benning. Benning Bites with Damon Benning.
All right, it's a fantastic show yesterday. Make sure you go back and check out all of it. And shame on you if you didn't already. But if you didn't, go back and listen to those first couple of segments. There was a lot happening fresh off the Coaches Metro Coaching Clinic. And, you know, the first time since I've been coaching in high school, which goes all the way back to 2004, when I started at Omaha Burke, that I've seen the head coach, the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, and support staff at one coaching clinic from the university, and they casted a clear vision. They left very few stones unturned. They went through the levels of learning, you know, what their program was about, the core of who they are. And you fine folks know me. As an educator, it just was tugging at my heartstrings. And the ownership and the authenticity of the piece in terms of what they do. And I get it. I get it. It's one of those things like, oh, man, you know, it's easy to be all in and be excited, and that's what fans do, and here we go again. But I'm just telling you, this feels a little different. And why does it feel different? Well, I think I've got a good buddy that summed it up the best, because if you've heard me before in the past, one of the things that I've always wanted to accomplish or have accomplished was for the staff to just come to the Metro, state the vision, kind of an open Q&A, let people know what they're about, how the high school coaches could help them. Because there was all this back and forth the last 10, 12 years. Oh, you value in-state, you don't value in-state, this guy got away, you haven't been to our high school in 6 years. Like, there was all of that going on. That's not made up, that's fact. So I just wanted, you remember I said, gosh, you know, if Coach Riley would just say, hey, listen, you know, this is kind of where I went wrong, this is what I would like to do, this is my vision, that'd be great. Or if Bo would have said, hey, gosh, you know, here's some of the reasons for why I acted the way that I did. I know this is kind of how the sausage is made, but I could give you a thumbnail sketch to maybe let you know where I'm coming from. Didn't happen. I get it. Coach Frost, how many times did I say it? Just come to Omaha. Like, get over that hurdle. I don't think they're against you. I know what's happened with some of the in-state recruiting as of late. Let's just sit down and break bread with the staff. It happened last night, and I'm telling you, ask any coach that was there to a man. And the X's and O's were great, right? Sat was fantastic. Tony White, who may be in my fave five, is great just because he's so measured. He's even, and I can't wait to see how he coaches, because will he be one of those guys that gets in your ass a little bit? He might. I don't know. But he keeps it well hidden. You just never know. And just how real and vulnerable I felt like they were last night, because when you make yourself vulnerable, there's something that happens. I call it disarming, but there's a power in it, and it's freeing, and it allows you to better communicate, I think, what your message is, because you all of a sudden become peers. You're family in the room when you're having these discussions. And I thought the staff was magnificent last night, and I think that makes it different. Coach Rule, you know, a couple of the great one-liners to accentuate that. You know, he said, I firmly believe we're going to win. It may take time, but I think we're going to win. We're going to win at the University of Nebraska. He said, but if we don't, he said, I'll own it. I'll own every bit of it. Ownership will be important to me because that's part of the process. It's like, whoa, no BCD, no blame, complain, deflect, none of that. We're good, right? We're going to stay in the moment. He gave a great example of guys in the weight room. They were on the mat drill, and a couple guys didn't get it done. And he's like, hey, wait a minute. I thought it was Coach Frost's fault. I thought you were putting this on the former staff. No, wait, this is you now. You own you now. Like, there was power in him saying that. You're not getting that anywhere else. And it's like, whew. There's something freeing about ownership. And the fact that they want to do it is part of it. Coach Satterfield going through some of these passing concept clips. And he goes, I don't know why I put this one in here because this is what should have happened, but I just want to show you the concept. He didn't do it, but it should have. And he's like, wait a minute. Matty, he called him Matty. He said, what Coach Rule always said, Matt always says is, the more times you have to say woulda, coulda, shoulda, or he should have done this, that means you can't coach. I'm listening to that. I was like, wow. So we're going to put the excuse making behind us. The more often the same thing comes up, that's a you problem. Mike Tomlin said it best, and you guys remember I ran around the place on social media, and he was talking about how these coaches say, oh, this guy learns like this, or he can't learn, or he responds to things like this. He said, that's not a him problem. He said, that's a coaching problem. Because coaching is meeting people right where they're at. What does that sound like? It sounds a lot like teaching. Meeting students right where they're at. Coach Rule called high school coaches the last line of defense to get young people ready for college. He said, we get to do what's easy. We coach who we want to. We get to pick our guys. High school coaches have to coach who comes to them. And he said, for that, I value you. I think you are sacred. I don't think coaches will help you out. You get a tweener guy deciding on a school. Hey, I know the staff at Nebraska. This is what they're about. And he was like that for all the states. He said, we want you guys good for the University of Nebraska. Kearney, Doane, Midland, everybody. We want to win. I don't care what level. Northwest Missouri State, I want kids to have a successful opportunity to play football. Same weird reason that he likes the transfer portal. I think it gives kids a chance to control your own destiny. What's he really saying? He's not saying, hey, leave, use the portal. He's saying if that's the choice that you decide to make, you got to own it and go get it. Your future is in your hands. Take ownership of it. We'll help you, but you play an integral role. Now, there's power in that. And for that, I'm all in. It's Benning Bites.